A laser beam traveling at the speed of light silently burns a rocket out of the sky before the air raid siren even has time to go off. No explosion, no missile, just light. And it costs less than a cup of coffee. This isn't science fiction. On December 28, 2025, Israel handed the world's first fully operational high-energy laser air defense system to its military. The Iron Beam is here, and it is already changing everything. Chapter 1. The problem Iron Beam was built to solve. To understand why Iron Beam matters, you first need to understand what Israel was dealing with. For years, the Iron Dome system has been one of the most celebrated air defense systems in history, intercepting thousands of rockets, mortars, and drones launched at Israeli cities. It is fast, accurate, and proven. But it has one serious weakness: cost. Every Iron Dome intercept fires a Tamir missile that costs around $40,000 to $50,000 per shot. And the rockets it destroys? Many of them cost enemy groups less than a few $100s to build. In prolonged conflicts, that math becomes devastating. When Hamas launched thousands of rockets in October 2023, the stockpile pressure was immediate and real. Israel needed a smarter answer, not just a better weapon, a fundamentally different one. That answer was already in development. It just needed to be ready. Chapter 2. What exactly is the Iron Beam? The Iron Beam, officially known in Hebrew as Or Eitan, meaning strong light, is a directed energy weapon system developed by Rafael Advanced Defense Systems. It works on a principle that sounds almost too simple. Instead of launching a physical missile at a threat, it burns that threat out of the sky using a concentrated laser beam. The system fires a 100 kilowatt fiber laser, focusing that energy onto a coin-sized area at distances of up to 10 kilometers. When the beam locks onto a drone, rocket, mortar shell, or incoming projectile, it burns through the target's structure within seconds. No shrapnel, no explosion above populated areas, just precise targeted destruction. A single Iron Beam battery includes an air defense radar, a command and control unit, and 2 high-energy laser directors. The entire setup fits inside an ISO container-sized module. It can be repositioned, it can be integrated with existing defense networks, and crucially, it works alongside Iron Dome, not instead of it. Chapter 3. The number that changes everything. Here is the number that makes every defense analyst stop and pay attention. Each Iron Beam interception costs approximately $2 to $5 in electricity. Compare that to $40,000 or more for a single Iron Dome missile. That gap is not just impressive, it is strategically transformative. In a prolonged conflict, where hundreds or even thousands of threats are launched daily, running out of interceptor missiles is a genuine risk. The Iron Beam does not run out. As long as there is a power supply, it keeps firing. Essentially, unlimited engagements at almost zero marginal cost. Rafael chairman Dr. Yuval Steinitz has publicly stated that combining Iron Beam with Iron Dome brings Israel close to a 100% interception rate against short-range threats. A figure that, if consistently achieved in live operations, would represent an unprecedented milestone in the history of national air defense. Chapter 4. Its first real test in combat. The Iron Beam did not enter service without a preview. In October 2024, during active hostilities, earlier prototype versions of the system were quietly deployed near Israel's northern border. The results were kept secret for months. Then in May 2025, Rafael made the announcement. Israeli laser defense systems had intercepted approximately 40 Hezbollah drones during those October engagements. It was the first confirmed combat use of a high-power laser weapon system anywhere in the world. Defense officials described those prototype engagements as satisfactory, and noted that the real-world data gathered from those interceptions accelerated the final development timeline considerably. What started as a prototype battlefield test ended up fast-tracking the system into full operational delivery. By December 28, 2025, the first operational Iron Beam batteries were handed over to the Israeli Air Force in a formal ceremony at Rafael's headquarters. Chapter 5. How it actually works. The science behind the beam. Let's get into exactly how this system destroys a threat. It starts with detection. Iron Beam is integrated with radar and electro-optical sensors that track incoming projectiles. Once a threat is identified, the fire control computer calculates trajectory and assigns the laser director. The beam then locks onto the target and holds its focus, a process known as dwell time, burning through the structure of the object within seconds. For a drone, that might mean destroying control electronics or rotor systems. For a rocket, it means heating the fuel or casing until the projectile loses structural integrity and falls. Because laser light travels at exactly the speed of light, there is essentially zero flight time to the target. No waiting for a missile to close the gap. The engagement is almost instantaneous. This also means that threats can potentially be neutralized while they are still over enemy territory, before they ever cross into Israeli airspace. No sirens, no shelters, just silence. Chapter 6. The Light Beam, a smaller version with big reach. The Iron Beam is not a single product. It is a family of systems. Alongside the main 100 kilowatt Iron Beam, Rafael has developed the Light Beam, a smaller 10 kilowatt version with a range of around 2 kilometers. The Light Beam can be mounted on light vehicles, making it deployable with ground forces in the field. It is designed to neutralize drones, mortars, rockets, and even IEDs at shorter ranges. In October 2024, it was Light Beam prototypes, not the full Iron Beam, that conducted those first combat interceptions. There is also the Iron Beam M, a 50 kilowatt mid-range variant that can be mounted on vehicles for mobile operations. Each variant targets a different layer of the threat spectrum, giving Israeli forces flexible laser coverage from the battlefield all the way to strategic national defense. Chapter 7. The limitations nobody is talking about. It would be dishonest to tell this story without acknowledging the real challenges. The Iron Beam has limitations, and serious ones. Weather is the biggest. Rain, clouds, smoke, heavy dust. All of these can scatter laser energy and significantly reduce the beam's effectiveness. In a region like the Middle East where dust storms are common, that is not a small concern. There is also the engagement rate problem. Unlike Iron Dome, which can fire multiple interceptor missiles at multiple targets simultaneously, a single Iron Beam laser director can only engage one target at a time. Chapter 8. Where it fits. Israel's 5-layer defense shield. Israel has spent decades building a layered air defense architecture. Each layer handles a different range of threat. Arrow 3 intercepts ballistic missiles in space. Arrow 2 handles long-range threats within the atmosphere. Chapter 9. The Global Race. It has triggered. Israel is not the only country working on directed energy weapons. The United States, through companies like Raytheon, and in partnership with Rafael and Lockheed Martin, has been developing its own high-energy laser programs. Britain, Russia, China, Germany, and Japan are all investing heavily in the technology. But as of today, Israel's Iron Beam is the only system that has moved beyond test firings and prototype use into full operational deployment as an integrated part of a national defense network. That distinction matters. The age of missile interceptors is not ending, but for the first time in history it has serious competition, and that competition travels at the speed of light.